And
Showtime.
it says we're live. Well, good Thursday to everybody. It's Fabio and Jim coming at you with topics of interest to us. Hopefully, they're topics of interest to you as well. Give StreamYard permission to put your name in if you're watching us through Facebook. And if you're watching us on YouTube and you like what you've been hearing from us, please go to our website, wdmacademy.com, and sign up with us, or at least get a call with us to talk about where you're at, what problems you're having. Fabi and I love to see how much we've learned in our journey and see how much we can help everybody out with. So, getting on with today's topic, Fabio, today I think we're discussing the 4 steps of monetizing your talent
Mhm.
online. And I think you've got a nice presentation all laid out, so I'll let you take it away.
All right. Thanks. Let's do it. Um, all right. Here we go. Here are the 4 simple steps, and then I'm gonna go just over each from the start and go over each one. So, can you see the screen well, Jim? So let
If you
me.
could zoom in a little bit more, I saw it. I can read it. There we go. There. That's good.
That's
You have a
good.
high
Awesome.
converting offer.
Yeah. So that is the first question you want to ask yourself. And why high tickets? One, because you can provide more value with a higher ticket offer, and you can really help people. And that's I've learned that it definitely takes the same amount of time to sell a low ticket offer than it takes to sell a high ticket offer. And
That's
with a
true.
high ticket offer, you can help in a deeper way. And so that's the first question. Do you have a high converting offer? If that is a no, then the very first thing, and this is identifying your talents. Very important question.
Very tough one.
Yeah, tough one. Let's go. Let's go a bit on it. So identifying your talents uh, is there's some exercises you can do to do that, and there's a very good question that you can ask yourself, which is I'm going to put it on the screen. What am I good at? Okay,
Yep.
and answer that. Then another good question to ask would be this one. What do people
Oh,
ask for me for help with?
I like that.
And the next exercise would be this one. Asking 10 other people you know what they believe your gifts or talents are. And
Mm,
so, and you can say something like, you can write an email that says something like, hey, John, I've got a question for you. Right now, I'm in a program learning how to develop myself. And one of the exercises is for me to ask people who are close to me that what gifts and talents my gifts and talents are. And would you tell me what you think my gifts and talents are? So send an email and find out. Uh, how can we identify your talents at the gym? Because it's something that sometimes we think it's something, but other people view it in a different way. So, I mean, for me, identifying my talents, I've done this in the past multiple times. And one of my talents that I seen with my growth is being able to with I'm very active guy, and so with music, that's why I was a
mhm.
DJ very long since I was young, and my dad always was into music, and I was always good with computers and technology and playing around with all types of technologies and computers. And this was always a talent, especially DJing and playing with buttons. adjusting the pitch. I was always good with that and fast, and that it translated into computers. So then I worked as a web developer doing PHP and HTML and programming, and so that was a clear talent for me. But I think it's something that you identify over time as well.
I think so too. I it's I think many things that people might tell you you're good at, you may not have an interest in. I mean, I've had many people say, "Wow, you're a pretty handy guy. You can do a lot of things," and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess working with my dad when I was younger." But that's, those are things I like to do because I prefer to do them and instead of hiring somebody to do them. But it's not necessarily something I want to, start doing uh, YouTube videos about, how to fix things or all that. But then again, I mean, if I did decide that's one area, where there are people who are, teaching people a lot of things to do themselves at home that they thought they'd have to hire out people. So, um, yeah, that identifying your talents is a tough one for me. Over time I've gotten to where I just think I have life experience and I've lived long enough to hear arguments about, I don't want to say controversial matters, but let's just say things about perspectives in a relationship and trying to come to solutions and help people understand that I enjoy, just because of my own life lessons. So I think it's both a combination of recognizing what you're good at, but also what you like, what you enjoy. Because I don't think I would enjoy, making, I don't know, 3 to 10 videos a day on how to fix things around the house. But then again, there are people who do and have taught valuable lessons to many other people doing that. So,
Hmm.
but that I think that was a tough one. Um, and like you said, I think many times it comes over time. So I would just say to people, don't hesitate to dive in with something that you think, and you can always pivot later and change to something else.
Yeah, but yeah, finding out your gifts, it's something that it is important to do because you want to work with what you're already good at, right? And then
Yeah,
connect these gifts into opportunities, which is what we're going to do just next, right?
yeah.
Um, you want to develop your talents into strengths, um, and
Where you
focus
basically become the
largely.
expert.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And then yeah, so that's that. We can go deeper on this, but I want to kind of move forward so you guys have the 4 steps to monetizing your talent. Then the next one, once you know your talents and once you've asked a couple of people what they think you're good at, what your talents are naturally, um, your family. Normally, in my case, my family, I asked my aunt. Their answer was very real, and I like asking your family would be a good idea. I asked, I got great feedback from them. So next thing we want to do. So step number 2 is identify a niche.
yeah,
And a niche is basically like, what niche are you in? It's like, are you, for instance, like, are you into crypto? Are you into consulting? Are you into affiliate marketing? Like, what niche? Then there are sub niches. And the more specific you can go, the better. So identifying a niche is going to the marketplace, seeing what people are doing, using tools like askthepublic.com, Google Trends, and really Facebook itself, groups, and just people that are into what you are doing, and you can identify niches and see how you can connect with your talents, right? How can you connect it and fuel it with your talent? Do you want to add more there on identifying a niche? And this is something that I mean, there's so many ways you can do this, right? You on ChatGPT, for instance, can help you easily identify a niche for you, like give you ideas. You can ask a prompt to list ideas of niche related to, for instance, health, related to overcoming some sort of disease, whatever it is, right? Specifically, and it will give you ideas for you to kind of see and connect those talents uh, into a niche, which is what you do, right?
Hey, we got Casey. Hey, Casey.
Casey, welcome. Good to see you, Casey. So, so that's identifying your niche. Then the next one. So this is step number 2. Once you've done this, and there's a lot that goes into this. I don't have the time now to go deep on each section, but identifying your niche, and there's work in here to do. Um,
Definitely.
I'm referring like to, you need to know, and market research as well. Uh, Very important at stage. So next one is, and this is not step number 3. This is just, what transformation do you want to provide? Because now you know your niche. You know, you've done some research. You've seen what people are doing, and you have identified what you want to do. Then what transformation do you want to provide? Very important question. Like, you want to take from people from the where they're at to something that you can deliver, that you have done before, and that can be anything. You can be just a few steps ahead of somebody, and you're qualified to teach them, right? So sometimes we think we know nothing, but in actuality, by identifying our talents, there's so many ways we can connect them into a transformation that can help somebody. Anything you can think of, even a mechanic, how to fix cars, how to fix a specific car, a training on how to become a mechanic, a training on how to become a professional painter, to paint the house faster with techniques and strategy. So there's so much room and so many ways that you can. What transformation do you want to provide from point A to point B? And make it as fast as possible. They start here and they take the steps to get to point B as fast as possible. So what transformation you want to provide, and there's a lot that goes into this. To really know this answer, you really need to dig and be on calls and find out really the problems that people are having right now. And by doing that, you then can communicate and provide and come up with a transformation that makes sense. And so what we do, step number 3, is we're going to create an offer stack. And this right here, it's pretty cool, because this right here, when I'm referring creating an offer stack, I'm not saying create a course or create a video course, on the back end with all the videos and, spend time creating a course. No, I'm talking creating an offer. That is something that you're bringing into the marketplace, and you will sell it without even creating the product itself yet. The reason we do this is for many reasons, but the most important one is for testing the market. Because does your offer sell? If it sells, great, it's a winner. We found a winner. But if it doesn't sell, which I'll talk more in here, you have to go back and create another transformation to see if it sells. And so, but some people will feel like, oh, but I don't have the content. I cannot create an offer because I don't have the content. They feel like they need something to give. But the thing is, if you decide a date for your program to start, let's say 15 days from now, from the launch, so you create an offer and you launch it today, and the starting date is 15 days forward, that means you have 15 days to go and sell that offer, which we come here into step, and we stack an offer. And there's a lot that goes into this. We go deep. I love, one of my passions is really creating an offer, stacking an offer, and coming up with good offers. I love this. Something I really enjoy doing. So creating an offer stack, you create an offer, and then what you're going to do, step number 4, last step, is use your email list if you have, or your social media following if you have one. And if you don't, you either create one, or you can use outbound to attempt to sell the solution, which is the transformation, right? And then once you do this, and by the way, because you have like 3 weeks to sell it, your offer, you can test the market. And by the way, there's a proper way to do this, a proper launch strategy that we teach on our Inner Circle program. Because there's a proper way. You need to add a scarcity, real scarcity, because the program starts at that date, and then you can just take a couple of people in the beginning. But just know that you only need not many people joining your program to make a few $1,000s. Because if you have a high ticket program, but just imagine if you're coaching somebody for 3 months, right, and you're coaching them consistently on a coaching call for 3 months, right? That's how you can really help them deeply, and see a great transformation, and then you offer it, right, and then this can happen really fast, because launching your offer it's exciting. It's something that it must bring excitement, and there's ways to do this, and all of that. You want to touch any point here, Jim?
Well, it's interesting because I think that had it not been for you, I don't I don't think I would have launched this offer, our academy. Um, I do think you do have to have some, what do I want to say, maybe some material, whether it be ebooks or spreadsheets or something to present to the people. And that's what I think you did a good job of in the beginning, of letting people know how many videos we had available, how we'll be adding, what we're working on. Um, but this process for me has been great too, because I've also started to think of things, that I want us to do. For me, artificial intelligence and how you can use it to complement any efforts, um, in making money online is of interest to me. And so that alone is a niche. It is incredible when you start thinking of things and talking about how, um, you can discover a niche. Even, I saw a video of a lady not too long ago that claimed that she has the best sourdough recipe in the world. That this is a 3-generation recipe, and all the things that go into making sourdough are incredible. So something that I never would have thought would have been an itch, she actually has a course on that, and people are coming to her. You and I might laugh and say, "Wow, what's so hard about making sourdough?" Well, I guess there's a lot to learn there, and that's the interesting thing. Through your social media, you find out people just come out of nowhere and they come to you, and you see that you really do have a good a good offer, or you don't have a good offer. Um, that's, like you said, that's I think that's what's really neat about it.
Yeah, and when you add scarcity when launching your offer, when you add scarcity to it, and I'm not scarcity. I want to say, I want when you add a time for you to launch your offer and sell it, and you use a proper process to nurture all your leads, then this process, uh, it can be very effective if you're targeting the right people, depending on, but you're creating your brand and just being you putting yourself out there on video, which a lot of people don't like. It's something you could do it online without showing your face. That's fine. But showing your face builds a lot. It builds connection. It builds relatability. It builds uh, all these things that build with it, and it makes your information on the person more clear. Look, giving you an example. Today, I've posted a short format video, and on that short format video, I've got a lot of loves and likes and people commenting on the video on Facebook stories, on Instagram, and those people that are liking and loving, I can spot who they are and I can see their interest in me. They're really engaging, they're connecting. So connecting that the guy literally came to me and because I've connected back in the day, and he actually connected with me just because of a video, right? But all the other people that are loving, I can get back to these people and keep nurturing those leads, and that's why it makes it easy for you to actually see that as well. And it's a win-win, and you can repurpose that video. And so, yeah. Now over here, when we go and we go and we attempt to sell our solution, then we want to ask ourselves: are you able to sell it with ease? Was it easy to sell? Like when you present your offer, either if it's a webinar or it doesn't really matter where, or if it's on the phone and you present your offer and it's an easy sell, people, it's a no-brainer for them. They say yes, then you have a winner, right? And you make sales. It's a proven offer. You have to actually generate revenue even before you create any product, before you get people in, and then you have the commitment to actually coach these people on many. It can be many. There's many ways you can do this, right?
Yeah.
So if you're not able to sell with ease, then what you need to do is you need to go back and you need to create another offer stack, or perhaps create another transformation. Uh, Position it differently, because messaging and wording and the way you position your offer, it's something that it is a process that you should reiterate. For example, when I launched my first offer, I launched it. It was a success, really great success, incredible success for me. And so then to launch the second offer, it can be hard. But as a coach and as a person that is testing the marketplace, you need to be okay with relaunching another offer. Just right after that one is not selling, just go and boom, put the next one on. And that's okay. That's totally fine. And this ability to do this can be hard. And it was hard for me. But I'm telling you right now that don't be afraid to do it. Just go and do it. Because failing to launch, it's failing to earn, especially with launching your offer. Um, and
I
uh,
think
and selling it.
and I don't know if you'd agree, but I think it's that, that sense of failure, that many times people will say, "Oh, it didn't work," and it just, instead of trying to learn what didn't work and trying it over again, um, people quit. It's just human nature to say, "Okay, on to something else." Whereas, I always like to think of the guy digging for gold and chopping away with his pickaxe, and the gold is just right on the other side of, if he were to hit again, but instead he walks away. Um, that I think is the part about this in affiliate marketing or anything in business in general that is important to always remember, that if you really have a vision and if you really want to see it through, some people get there quickly, and hey, good for them. There's luck. But other times you have to work at it, and you know a program that didn't launch off as well as you thought, go back to the drawing board and start over. And there's nothing wrong with starting over. Um, you'd be amazed at how often you come back stronger and better.
Yeah, absolutely. And so those are the four steps. Of course, there's a lot that there's things that go like I can go deep on specifically on one of these things, because like there's some exercises that you can do, and the exercise a example that you guys can rewatch this and see it. To identify your talents is really, I would highly recommend connecting, asking your friends and family to give you feedback on your talents. That way you can make an informed decision to connect these talents with your transformation, your niche, and how you can apply it there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's simple, right? It's simple, and then of course, once the offer is selling, it's a high, good quality offer. Then you're good. You're growing. You can scale this bad boy, and you only need two high quality testimonials to use on your website, and then go for scaling. And Yeah, but this is a process. It is a reiteration process, so it's something that it's a working thing. It's always you want to be improving based on the market feedback as you're having calls and as you're learning about, like for instance, right now with ChatGPT and with automations, I find companies just going crazy and they want to dominate, and so it's so many automations, so many things kind of doing the same thing, but it's going crazy. So you kind of have to see what's
Yeah.
going on, and based on this too as well, how can you position it, um, and use it to your advantage? Because yeah, ChatGPT will help you tremendously with creativity. If you want a video idea or something, you go to ChatGPT, give me 10 video ideas about this topic with this. And it will give you
Yep.
ideas. Then you select a good one and you generate another 20 ideas on this one. And it will give you more ideas. And you then can brainstorm these ideas all together, and we can come with something really interesting and unique perspective from you that is not blankly just copy and paste and go like lots of
Yeah.
people do, right? You just gotta work your way in until you have what you want.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Just to reiterate what you said earlier, I mean, these four steps are simple, simple in concept, simple in breaking it down, and but the actual implementation is not easy, and we know that. I mean, we don't want to, what do I say, undervalue how some of these steps can be difficult, but that's it. If you just stick to it, you'll you'll get through it. You'll get there, and many people term it as many different things, but the important thing is taking action and being consistent with your action. It doesn't, it doesn't have to be perfect action, but you'll learn. You'll get, like everything. The more you try, the more you apply, the more you do it, the better you get. And so just wanted to reiterate that while we say these are simple steps, we're not implying that they're easy steps. I mean, just like Fabio said, he can go deep on each one of them, and if you all want, we can go deep on one of them. It's it's something that we just kind of want to give an idea of all of the steps and help you get there.
yeah, this is a simple way to view it. Of course, when creating an offer and stacking an offer, for instance, there's a proper way to do this. There's a proper way for you to position, right? Because people online, they it's like they care about what's in it for me. So you need to
Yep.
communicate in a way that um, connects with them, and
Yep.
um, and yeah, there's proper ways to do this, and ways to present the offer, when to present it, how to present it, because to be like, we don't sell to anybody. We don't only sell to qualified people. And by the way, a sales call for me is not even a sales call. I don't see it as like selling somebody, because at every single stage of a sales call, a professional sales call, there's always permission, and it's all about helping people. And this is the main focus of us. What we're doing is we put people first, and if we feel that we cannot help, then we should not even sell them anything, because it's gonna hurt them, right?
Yeah.
um, so that's not for the sake of making money, but for the sake of helping, really transforming that person and helping them go through these tough. It can be tough, because here's the thing: when you launch something or you make something online and you launch it, you put your heart and soul into it.
Yeah.
Like for instance, you create a course on something that you're passionate about, and then you find out that it doesn't sell it, or you make no money. uh, it can be really, I've done this mistake multiple times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've created so many videos and they're doing nothing there because it didn't sell. I was approaching from you need to do it backwards. Nowadays people go, oh, you need a product to make money, or you need a physical product. You need to have something, but no, you don't need to have. You need to have an offer, which is basically a proposal of two people or two or three people working together to get to a destination, and that is what it is. So, um, but yeah, it's a process. There's ways to do this right, but it takes time. It's not overnight. It's not overnight. Although I've seen and I've myself done this multiple times now, launching something and doing really well on those same week, do really well, launch, right, and um, and this happens fast though, because you have 3 weeks to sell it. You can do two. It really depends on your niche and how you want to approach it. And each person is totally different. Everybody has their own at its stage. That's why we don't create anything, because if we create, then the people that come in and paid you, you're gonna give them something that maybe they don't need, so you don't know. That's why you don't create the product. First, you listen to them, you understand exactly what they need, and then you spend your valuable time with them specifically on that thing right there that will help them move faster. And that way, you're not teaching things that will not help them specifically. If that makes sense. That's why sell before create. It's an incredible concept that I didn't know before, and now I use it often, and it's really really powerful.
It is. And many times the feedback you're getting along the way while you're selling the idea, the program, um, the feedback you get from people gives you ideas of things to add uh, to the lessons. So
Absolutely. And even on my CRM, on our CRM, we have that section where we ask qualifying questions on our Facebook community, and they basically say what they want. And seeing all these answers from all these people, um, using those things to then communicate with them with those things, um, it's very valuable to keep track of it.
yeah,
So yeah, that's kind of it. So yeah, if you
yeah.
guys have any questions, you can drop them below. I'm happily to answer. And yeah, Jim, you can take us out. And also, yeah, I think we're good today.
All right. Hopefully, we've covered some material that you all have enjoyed. If you did see us live, please put a hashtag live, or if you catch us on the replay, hashtag replay. Helps us get an idea of when people are watching us and keeps the feed going, and reaching out to more people. Uh, Again, go to our website, w. Oh, there you go, wdmacademy.com. Fill out the little questionnaire, and we'll be glad to see where we can help you, or if we can. So, thank you, everybody. KC, thank you. Our
Yeah, and have a
prize
great
student.
week. And we'll see you guys very soon.
All right. Bye
All right,
bye.
cheers, guys. Bye.
Cheers.